excuse my language, but I've been a bitch. So I am 23 weeks and 3 days today. This is gonna be a video covering like 22 weeks and 23 weeks just because not much has really been going on. I'll talk about what has been going on, but not much has really been changing that much week to week. So I went ahead and just combined the two of these together since I did not do a full video on week 22. So the most exciting thing that happened this week was that, well actually no, I can't even say it was the most exciting, but one of the most exciting because a lot has been happening. I felt the baby hiccup for the first time and it was the cutest thing ever. And I was actually 21 weeks and 6 days the day that I felt the hiccups. And then ever since then, it's been hiccuping. The baby has been having the hiccups like almost daily. I can feel it have the hiccups probably at least every other day, and it's just so adorable. And the very first time the baby had the hiccups, I was laying in bed, I was getting ready to go to bed. I just felt a little like, it felt just like a kick, but it was consistent. And I was like, oh my god, that's the hiccups. So I grabbed Chris's hand and put his hand on my stomach, and he felt them too, and he was like, that is the coolest thing ever. So that was so cool that we both got to feel the hiccups, and ever since then the baby's just been hiccuping like crazy. I guess it's just swallowing too much amniotic fluid. So symptom wise, I haven't really been having like any symptoms that are any different than what I've talked about before. The varicose veins are still bad, still the same. I have gained almost 8 pounds now. So I'm starting to pack on the pounds, the baby's starting to get bigger. I'm definitely feeling like a whale. And I just feel so huge. I literally feel like I'm due. And there was this one lady, and I was so mad. One of the main symptoms of this pregnancy is like my mood, like, excuse my language, but I've been a bitch. There was this one lady, and it just made me really mad, and it was so hard for me to bite my tongue because I'm not one to like say anything to people. I don't know, I don't like being mean, especially if it's like someone that I don't know. But there's this lady, she was talking to me about how her son was having a kid or something, and then she asked me, what do you do? And I was like, oh, I'm due in November. And she looked at me and she was like, really? You're so big. And I was like, you lady, like what the hell? Who are you gonna tell me? Like, you don't even know, okay? You don't know what my body's been through. But it was so rude, and I was just, I don't know, that's like the only rude comment I've ever gotten. And I don't even think she really meant it to be rude. It was just like me, I was already having not a bad day, but just like a bad pregnancy, and I just really wanted to go off on her, but I didn't say anything. I kept it to myself, kept it classy. Other than that, like the main difference this week is that I have been having hot flashes out of nowhere, and it's really kind of cooled down these past 2 weeks because I do live in California. I live in the valley in California. There's like 110-degree days here, and these last couple weeks it's kind of been cooling down, staying in like the 90s. But I, out of nowhere, will just start sweating, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm dying, and I'll look around and I realize that I'm the only one that feels this way, and I've just been having these hot flashes like out of nowhere. So that's really the only thing that's changed. Like I've mentioned in several videos, my appetite is back. I've been eating fine. I have not been sick, so that is all really good. But I mean, honestly, this week has just been a lot of growth in my stomach. Like I just feel like I'm due. I feel huge, and this baby just never stops moving. Constant movement, like all day, all night, constantly. So I always have this little list that I'm looking at, and I just realized I forgot kind of a huge thing to put on here. But on, let's see, it was last Friday, oh, I don't know, it was probably about a week ago, I forget exactly which day it was. I woke up and I was in excruciating pain, and I have no idea where this came from. It was out of nowhere. I literally could not climb out of bed. It was that bad. Like labor was better than this pain that I was having. It was like this constant dull pain, way low underneath my stomach. So I called my midwife and I asked her about it, and she said that she is 99.8% sure that that pain that I was having, what I was describing, was that cyst that I had talked about earlier in my videos. I talked about how I had a 3 centimeter cyst on my right ovary. And she said she is like 98% sure that it was bursting. She said there's nothing that can be done, there's nothing to worry about, but I could go in if I wanted to. So I kind of just hung out the rest of the day. I took some pain medicine, which I never ever take. It takes a lot for me to give in and take pain medicine, and I gave in, and I did take some Tylenol, didn't help. So I was just in excruciating pain all day long, and I eventually did go in just because, I don't know, better safe than sorry. I went in and I described my pain, and they admitted me and they hooked me up to monitors and stuff, and I described the pain that I was having, and they did absolutely nothing and sent me home. So it was really a waste of time. I should have just listened to my midwife because she was right. They're not gonna do anything. They didn't care, and they didn't do like an ultrasound to check to see if it was a cyst, but it pretty much was just all that day and maybe half of the day after that, and then it was gone. So I've never had an ovarian cyst burst before. If anybody has any kind of knowledge about that, I would love to get more information about that. But I did get it checked out. Nobody did anything, and I was just pretty much screwed for like that whole day. I was like completely bedridden in so much pain. So that's the only thing that I can think of that it could possibly be, is that my cyst on my right ovary burst. So anyway, other than that, that's really all that's happened this week. The only other thing that I have to talk about is I've been buying a lot of stuff for the baby. I went on a big, like, not intentional, but I ended up buying a lot of things for the baby, and I'm gonna do like a haul of all the things that I got. I got the crib bedding, I got a bobby pillow. This is the dresser that I was talking about that was being delivered. That was delivered. So we do have a dresser, and now we're just going to get a crib and some outfits. I did get some like receiving blankets and stuff like that. So like I said, I'll do like a haul whenever I get like a good chunk of stuff for the baby. I'll do like a haul of everything that I have for the baby so far. But I've been doing a lot of shopping, and it's just making it so real. And I've had a lot of people asking me where the baby is gonna sleep. I think that's like the #1 question that I haven't answered yet. And all of my babies, all of them sleep with me for at least the first 6 months. So that's pretty much kind of what we're banking on. We do want to invest in a crib and hope that for some reason this child sleeps in its crib. Maybe the baby will, maybe the baby won't, I don't know. But as for now, we're gonna put a crib next to our bed, kind of like a co-sleeper, and just the baby's probably just gonna be in our bed for at least, I don't know. I've co-slept with all my babies. I do plan on co-sleeping again. So that's just kind of, the baby's just gonna be with us. It's gonna be close to us, whether it's next to us or in our bed. That's kind of what our plan is. I cannot think of anything else that I have to update on. It literally has been kind of a boring week pregnancy wise. It's been a really exciting week like in our life. We bought a new car, which I'm gonna post that video next, and we've just been buying lots of things for the baby, and there's been a lot going on. But like for my pregnancy, it hasn't really been anything different. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you guys my 23-week belly that feels like I'm due. Alright, so this is with the shirt on, and I don't know, I don't feel like I'm 23 weeks. I feel huge, and I don't know. I'm sure I'm gonna kick myself for saying this later whenever I'm out to here, because I always get like massive with my pregnancies, but that's creepy. The door just opened. Here is with the shirt up. I just feel huge. I am not sure what I measured at last, so you could go watch the last video for the measurements, but now I am at 39.5, it looks like. Is that right? Jeez. So that is it for this week, guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Make sure you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. That's where you'll see the most frequent updates about me and the family. And other than that, I will talk to you guys next week for week 24, which means I'll be 6 months pregnant already. All right, bye, guys. Show me how short you want your hair. Just got it grows back.